Hello everybody and welcome back to some more of our FM19 Journeyman, and after our sacking in the last episode we have had to go to a new club. We are at FF Jaro in the Finnish First Division, which might actually be FF Jaro. I've not checked the pronunciation. I'm going with Jaro, I'm going to stick with my guns. But they are a two-star team in the second tier of Finnish football who are currently 7th in the league, looking to finish in the top half. Now, we're only 3 points off of that. There's only 10 teams in the league and we're 3 points behind 5th, and there's still a third of the season to go. We play each team 3 times for a total of 27 games, so 8 games remaining. We need to move up 3 points. We need to close a 3-point gap. Should not be that difficult, especially when, if we just go to the season preview very quickly, you will see that at the start of the season we were predicted to finish 3rd. We should, in theory, be doing better than a lot of these teams, and it seems as though we were just underperforming. Also, the league is very tight across the board. If we just go back to the competitions, you'll see that up in 3rd is only 6 points in front of us, down in 7th. So, yeah, there's a lot of ways we can close this gap. We just need a couple of teams to underperform, us to do as we're expected to do, and we can turn this around very quickly. I'm quite confident in this job. But there are a couple of drawbacks. The scouting is the biggest one. If we go to the player list, you will see here that there is just absolutely nobody. Look at the size of the bar. Look at how long it takes me to scroll from bottom to top. That's everyone who's interested in a transfer. Everyone. And it gets worse. I've increased our scouting package. It started on just First Division. So this is after me increasing it. Finding players has been difficult, but it's made things interesting. You'll see why in a bit. But the last thing, and the most important thing, is if we just go to our profile, you will see they are letting us study for our Continental B license. So we are taking another step up on that ladder. Hopefully, should push us to improve a little bit more. So, let's go through the team and the tactics. I'm going to do it in a bit of a different format to try and speed things up. Hopefully it works out. So, this is the team that we are going to be going with. It is a basic 4-3-3, utilising wingers, a poacher, a couple of centre mids, a defensive midfielder, supporting fullbacks, and some no-nonsense centre-backs just to be solid in the defence, with a very good goalkeeper in behind them. Now, you may have noticed something. Like I said, we were having trouble scouting players, and the players who would come to us weren't really that good. They're actually of a similar level to a couple of players of Torslanda, so I decided to just bring them in. Fundo Ryberg, Lanhelm, Massey and Samiqui have all rejoined us at this club, and they may not be the last ones. Kettler, Salahu and Jonathan Olsen I'm currently in talks with to try and get them to come here. The reason being, the players who would have come were no improvement on these players, so I might as well just stick to players who I know their strengths, weaknesses, and we can hopefully utilise that to... We don't have long to try and close this gap. I don't want to be messing around trying to figure out what players are good at, what they're bad at. We may as well just bring in players who we know, use the fact that we know them to hopefully save a bit of time to try and close this points gap. So, I'm going to run you through all the players on the team, trying to do it in one take just to save a little bit of time. Let's go through it and see if I can pull this off. Urberg in goal, very, very good goalkeeper. By far the best one we've used so far this save, especially on the stats front. Looks like he should be very solid, just anything that gets to our defence he should be able to deal with within reason. And he also has some quite good distribution stats, 12 throwing, 10 passing. He should hopefully be able to help kickstart a couple of attacks as well. Felix Fundal Ryberg at right back needs no introduction. He's played for us for a couple of years at Torslanda. We all know what he does. He hasn't changed since then. At the back, 2 very good centre-halves. First off, Kareem Moses. Excellent in all of the basic defensive stats, heading, marking and tackling. 8 passing as well isn't dreadful, should be able to distribute reasonably well. Some very good mentals, especially in the defensive areas, concentration, bravery, aggression, positioning, and then also good teamwork and work rate to boot, which is also very good. And although he's 31 years old, his physicals, again, very solid. 13 pace, 12 acceleration, 13 jumping reach, 13 strength. Hopefully, should be very, very solid at the back. He looks like a really promising centre-half. I'm hoping he can live up to the expectations I have of him. And next to him, again, Milosavljevic. I need to look up how to say that. But he's a pretty solid player. Fairly similar to the other centre-half, but his physicals are a little bit worse on account of him being 34 years old as opposed to 31. He's just slightly slower, a little bit less acceleration, less stamina. But it's still good jumping reach, still good strength. He's a no-nonsense centre-half, so he should just be able to sit at the back and just deal with anything that comes towards him fairly well. Again, good mentals where he matters, good technicals where he needs them. Should hopefully be quite a solid centre-half. At left-back, William Lanholm needs no introduction. We've used him loads. We know what he does. Central defensive mid, Kevin Peth. I mean, he just looks really good. He's a really good ball-winning midfielder. He's out and out a ball-winning midfielder. I know he can play half-back and defensive mid, but when you look at these stats, he wins the ball back, he passes it, he keeps play ticking over, he's got good teamwork, good work rate, good tackling, decent passing, enough to just make a simple pass to a more creative player. Some other solid choices on there too, good decisions, good aggression, and then solid physicals, nothing that really stands out, but good jumping reach is good for long balls from the opposing goalkeeper. Pace and acceleration aren't dreadful, they're barely passable, but 11 strength is very good. Good stamina since he's in the middle of the park. Looks like he should be quite a solid option. The 4-star rating throws me off a bit because I don't really know where it's coming from. But maybe he can prove that he does actually deserve that. He's also very, very tall, which is worth pointing out. He's about 6'4". In the centre of the park then, Takahashi. Okay, I haven't actually said that name out loud before. It's quite fun. But he's just a basic attacking central midfielder. Very creative. Looks like he should have a bit about him. He's got some good physicals with acceleration and pace. Natural fitness as well for getting up and down. Some solid mentals without having anything that really stands out. But 11 vision and 12 decisions, probably the two most important ones, should hopefully play a good role in helping him create some chances. Decent teamwork and work rate, although I would have liked them to be a little bit higher. And technique, passing, first touch, all very good. Especially at passing at 13, very, very important. He obviously has some very low stats in there as well, which may hurt him a little bit. Especially something like 5 finishing and 4 dribbling for an attacking central midfielder. But I'm still hoping he can be a positive contribution on the team. He doesn't look dreadful, he just doesn't leap out at me as being great. So I'm hoping he can prove me wrong, really. Next to him, player we've used before, Massey. We only used him for 1 season, so we'll just go through him real quick. He's a very good distributor of the ball, prefers to be an attacking central midfielder, but I just think he'll be able to play that supporting role a fair bit better than Takahashi. Is that his name? I think so. He's got very good physicals with 15 pace and acceleration. He's an absolute monster in the centre of the park. I'm hoping he can do here what he did for us at Torslander, really. On the wings, Scherstedt on the right wing. He's just really well-rounded. That's about it. He's got good pace, good acceleration, a couple of other good stats littered throughout there too. Crossing and technique, obviously very crucial for a winger. Good dribbling too. I'm just hoping he can just sort of shuttle the ball, put in a couple of crosses, take a couple of shots if he needs to. 9 finishing is by no means dreadful. He's just a good attacking outlet, especially sort of as a more supportive option, which is what we have him set to. On the left, a low-knee player, Santeri Harala. I've sort of forgot everyone's names. If I hesitate before saying them, that's why. His technicals and mentals are nothing to really write home about, but physically very, very good. He's got a fair bit of jumping reach and height on him for a winger, which is always nice. Good pace, good acceleration, good agility. Some solid dribbling, first touch, finishing, passing, technique. You know, they're not great, but they're okay. And it's a similar story with his mentals. Off the ball, vision, work rate, teamwork. Again, just solid without really standing out. I'm hoping he can back a couple of goals for us. He's set to be more attacking, although I don't really know if that suits him. Maybe he will be a good contribution, I'm not sure. I'm very up in the air about a lot of the players on this team I haven't used before. They all either seem to be very rounded or very dedicated to one thing. There's nothing that's sort of... They're good at their job, but can also flex. And it's a bit of a worry, really. And then up front, Damas, I think it's you like, but I'm not sure. It might be Ewalike. I'm going to go with you like. And I might nickname him that at some point if I'm wrong, because it's a nice little name, you like. But he's got solid physicals, nothing to write home about. Very good mentals though. Off the ball at 12 and anticipation at 13 are absolutely crucial, as well as 11 composure. And then decent technicals where he needs them, although it may not seem like it, but finishing at 10, first touch at 10, technique at 9, all very decent. Passing at 9 and dribbling at 9 means he can create, he can run with the ball. He looks solid, and he's actually had a really good season. If we go to the competitions and go to the top goal scorers, you'll actually see he's up there a little bit. He's in, joint second with 6 in 19, which isn't obviously a great return, but he's up there with the better players in the league. I'm hoping under us, he can prove to be better, because obviously the whole team's been underperforming. But if he doesn't perform, we obviously have Aryanet Samikwi on the bench down there. A couple of other subs, but they're all very average. Lindahl and Takamaki, I think his name is, are pretty decent centre-halves. I'll just show the stats on screen real quick. I'm not going to talk through them. A couple of centre-mids that just nothing, really. They've got a lot of attacking midfielders, and I'm not playing them, which is weird because... Well, I'm not playing them because none of them really stand out. Backup winger here, Markku Leitinen looks absolutely awful on a technical perspective, but I just wanted a winger on our bench, really. He's got some decent physicals in there, but from a technical standpoint, he's doing nothing. Daniel Persson's on the bench because I like his name. It's about that simple, really. Did we play against him in Sweden? No, he's only played for Yarrow. Okay. I just remember we played against a person. I wondered if it was the same one. And then a few players down in the reserves that just really don't stand out at all. They're all relatively useless. The fullbacks are dreadful, which is why we brought in Lanholm. I mean, come on, what's that? One stat in the light blue. No. Lindqvist is, well, he can finish. He can shoot. He's an out-and-out poacher, put it that way. But yeah, there's a few decent players in here. I'm quite worried, but not really. I think if we get the system right, we can get this to work. We just need a lot of players contributing to goals, because I don't think Ulike's going to be, bagging 24 a season Anton Salahu style. Hopefully, though, it can go well. Like I said, we don't have that big of a mountain to climb, but we do have a bit of work to do to pull ourselves back to where we should be, and where the board want us to be. Now, if we just go through our recent fixtures, you'll see that things haven't actually been that dreadful, and as a result, the actual morale isn't too terrible. There's been a lot of draws, and that's the main reason for our downfall, really. You see this run here, there was 6 draws in 8 games, with a defeat and a win in there as well. It's where the points have been dropped. There's not actually been that many losses, but just so many draws. 10, I think I see, which is... It's weird, because it means we have to try and tip the scale from those draws to be wins. I'm hoping we can do it, though. I'm quite optimistic. Like I said, we've still got a third of the season to go. We should be able to do it. So, the next 2 games, which will be going up today after this video, are against AC Kajani and Harker, which are in 4th and 3rd, respectively. Difficult games in theory, but remember, we're meant to be in 3rd for a start, and 3rd is only a 6-point difference. So although it may seem like, they're in 3rd and you're in 7th, it's a 6-point gap. It's not that big of a deal. I'm really hoping that we can try and close it today. Obviously, if we win these 2 games, we're doing a massive job in trying to claw our way back into that top half. Actually, we'll have done it by default. So, with any luck, we can do that. Now, I hope you check out the next 2 games. They will be up straight after this video at 5:45. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll bring my camera back for this last little outro, I guess. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope, let me know what you think of the team, whether you think it's a step up, step down. How do you think we're going to do? Do you like to see the Torslander players coming back, or are you hoping for something a bit more fresh, a bit more different? Let me know. Thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you all in the first 2 games. Have a great night.